I do believe it is time, although I forgot to unlock the iPhone again. There we go. And reset tracking again, yes. That. Good. I do believe it's time for Final Fantasy XIV on our main playthrough. Unmute the audio on my end. Anyway, let's go straight into the game. And it's taking its sweet time to load again. I should make it a habit to actually pull from memory whenever I start this up. There we go. Now, where we left off was, well, we destroyed the last of the live ones. Unfortunately, it means I am the Light Warden now. In a way. Look, that everlasting light is back again. And now we must go into the Tempest to hunt down Emet-Selch. And Urianger is patiently awaiting word that you are ready to depart. Thine affairs are in order? Then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Sullen is Lakeland. Out to Tessellation, then. There is no airship docking here. Come in, Chocobo. The Isle of Ken, aka that thing over there. Although the shape does seem to resemble something, at least. We have Sullen, which is four parts. We have. And we have to go to the third of the four. So I'll just go on foot. We start by passing through weed. It's dark. Is there Ah, good. There is an entrance here, and there is a side quest. Korakai has it's a chocobo. Let me check. Switch them side by side. Yeah, it's about the right size for her. Then we have Brick. Castron. And then we loop around to not. I'm gonna climb this hill and just go over it. I'm off. There is Urianger. There, to the west. Canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? And foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island, and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. He cannot swim! He cannot swim. We need to dive. The water is called the source. This ain't the source, this is a lake. Okay, we need to inspect sus rock formations. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? Alize? This lake is enormous. Assuming my geography is correct, this would be the mirror of Silver Tier back in the source, although the design hardly compares. Green? Even seeing it up close, I'm still not sure what's so special about this island. Fancred? The locals called us the Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to knowledge. Either that or someone was being awfully zealous about marking his territory. But where is Y'shtola? I'm gonna look up there. Maybe Y'shtola's up... Maybe Y'shtola's up there. Where are Y'shtola and Alphino? There's Alfie, and there's Y'shtola. There. Ah, there you are. Once you've completed your underwater investigation, the path here leads to the top of the island. If you've solved Urianger's little mystery, then you can find him further up the slope. 'Twas all rather obvious to my eyes, though I concede I have an unfair advantage. Oh, you're supposed to go up on foot. Let's see. I have talked to Alizane, Doreen, Tefangre, to... I think I've got all of them. Well, what hast thou discerned? It reminds me of a certain primal. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, where we are even now perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the selfsame title by which we know the great feathered whale, revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and hence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the ruby sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication. That's gonna fail, I can feel it in my jimmies. Feel it in my bones. Spoken.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
I knew it. Long has it been since my name was called. Why do you wake me, little neighbor? To the bottom of the western sea we go. Pray lend us your back and your breath. I wait for the sun to set. I wish only to sleep.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We need Feyaul. There she comes.
Oh, my snoo yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Yes, Bismail when picked. Van Drani Drom Jacob. Van Reed Rithje.
What a rare thing to awaken to. If this it be thy wish, then so it shall be done.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
To the western sea we go. Hold on tight, everybody. Bismarck's taking off. Flying whale.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
If Ives is right, though.
What the? Do you see that?
Sky whale.
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Whoa there!
It's not stopping.
Run! Fly, you fools!
Run! Run!
Final Fantasy X moment. And there he goes. So I've had softer landings. You good, Reen?
Wow.
Wow. So damn deep.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The Tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero.
Journey to the heart of darkness. Finish it. The Tempest. We are under the sea. How many leagues? I don't even know. Optional dialogue first. I remember being impressed by the domes of the Ruby Sea, but this makes them look like bubbles in a stream. Bismarck must be powerful indeed to create a dome of this size. I can only pray to whichever gods are listening that it continues to hold. This is amazing. Can't even see the surface. With all that water out of the way, we will be able to venture quite some distance. Emet-Selch must be hiding around here somewhere. I see a whelk. I dare say Urianger endured much playful attention from the pixies to learn the role of Bismarck in the lore of Bismarck. He is nothing if not a dedicated scholar. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We have arrived at the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emet-Selch. and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rift. Yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serves as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. Banquet. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt that Emet-Selch will be sitting around in the open. Out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches, and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. Chocobo, go! Southeast 115. There it is. Pues, in play there are Y'shtola, Alize, and Urianger. Yeah, no. Rude. I think Thancred is the right idea, but I can't help but wondering what Emet-Selch would be doing down here without the aid of gills and fins. This outcrop seems natural enough. This floor is a strange place to be, of course, but a safer. It's like naught I've ever seen. Hey, Af! How are you doing? We are deep under the sea. And yes, yeah. Surprisingly, a Final Fantasy 14 V streamer actually did jump into chat yesterday as well. And it wouldn't be surprising, but Urianger can't swim. Okay, no you don't. Down. Down with you. I love it when I can actually fight. Where is the next Aether current? 308 southwest. It's over there. The Norvrand slope. It's wet. $197 west. It's over there, I guess. $126 west. I'm calling in the Chocobo because I need the movement speed. $41 southwest. There it is. Fun, isn't it? Go 330 southeast. Oh, does that look like Sahagin? That does look like Sahagin. Wait. Hey, I recognize that. It's a Eureka petrol. Or I guess I should say Tempest Swallow if... Oh, another player. No wonder I didn't recognize them. Alright, get up. Yep. The Ondo Cups. Where the dry returned. Gorge, Sword Spire. Hey, there's an eighth right here. Good. Let me just say hello in the FC chat. Someone actually logged in that I needed to greet. Urgent search. I must beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? Hmm? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. What kind of approach did you have in mind? The chieftain fellow does not leave us many options. How did the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end? Do I get a dialogue? I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, thus I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We will make allies of the Ondo. Then it is settled, Yashlola. Pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. It's time for Dance Dance Diplomacy, Part 2. Alphino? Knezi, you won't believe who we just bumped into. This is Panchon, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited and you did not come. Then the Mistle came, and but his visits did not continue. So sorry, Panchon. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the Dry return, a cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are swifter swimmers. But now there's no water. We run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. But I believe we could be of assistance there. What of you, Knezi? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. I would appreciate the company, where the Dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. It's to the north. Is there a way through here? No, there is not. Up and through. I'm not going to be using them. Because we're underwater, I'm going to use the Eureka Petrol. Ooh. Eureka. Good job, Fukuro. You're the first person to you're actually the first person to redeem that. And that wasn't it. Yes. Of course it was. Of course you had to do it, huh? Quite fun. Quite right. Quite right. I had to deal with these blue swimmers. And let me also quickly tag this sightseeing log. Where the Dry return. Now to bring the fish back out. It's time for fish. The crock of pearls. A trilobite. Oh, it's a... Ah, explains a lot. Why I didn't find a way out. Oh, look, there's your Stola. Ow. As I suspected. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. Ah. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we've reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Parshon. This was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well, before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for our people, protection from the Tempest's turbulent waters and predators which hunted them within them. This very same existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course. And from this they discerned the truth. That the Ancient had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary, until such time as they returned. And if it is judged that your coming, and this great vanishing of the water, was by the Ancient's design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history. Yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance, or otherwise, of our arrival be decided? The Ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. Thank you for the lesson, Parson. And we will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only, don't try to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Quest complete! Y'shtola appears to be deep in thought. Ah, Knazy, have you learned aught of note? Fascinating. And precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I would like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Ah, she needs to see something. She needs my help to determine what... Oh. Hello? Look, whenever I see blue, I immediately just click it. I see a blue, I click it. I'll be handling that blue quest off stream. If I don't get to the point where I have all 4 of them. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you've seen nowhere else. Remnant wall, use the mithril knife. Oh no, 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 I'm not doing that. Rotting debris. They were used to store intoxicating spirits. Fragrant liquids that cloud the mind. I've heard of these before. Did the Finlands once so delight in dulling their wits? A steering wheel. A rotting ship's wheel. That was carved from the wood of one of your many trees, yes? That explains. "34 Yalms West." It's below. It's below. Dang it. This is even more ancient then. History of Star was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by a succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural from the in Katana Ravel. Almut presented it to me during my visit to Fano after our victory in Calusia. Here, in the first scene, by Emet-Selch's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and a disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I've seen, naught more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no structures. I'd suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. It's time for a boat. Nope, it's time for fish. Walls of the Forgotten. That may be the landmark we're looking for. There it is, I think. There's a survey point. You're looking the wrong way, dumbass. Aye, this is the Mural Red Lodge. Like the lanterns, as Reen put it, and Emet-Selch himself. 'Tis almost certain he is there. I'm gonna open a window. It's warm. My computer sure knows how to make this room feel way too warm. Yerstola. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. The Light of Inspiration. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and seek what we have and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, I'd maybe use to speak with Paljean again, and ask if there's aught else he's willing to divulge. And we go back. Ah, Alfino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? I think I've just come from them. The remnants to the northwest, yes? You visited them unbidden. Psh. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, and that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit his artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose will be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Okay, south. South. That's one blue quest done. I wonder if I can take this route. there does look to be a route out of here through here. How the Ondo cuts through here. Yep, this goes up to south. This goes up but southward. We need to go to the workbench. Oh, that's a big tunnel. Crystal shielding. And an airlock, of course. Oh, lookout. Reynolds. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Reynolds, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might as well you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade. Feast yourself on my rotten soul. I've no use for it. Grass and wood can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dome hammer. Aye, and that's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Reynolds appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can psych him up. Come on, then! Eh? You wouldn't be trying to raise my spirits now, would you, Spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant in that world. Have we met before? Might be we crossed paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Reynolds, and this is meant to be my underwater sanctuary. A place where I can give myself over to my work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet here you stand. What's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding Tempest to bother me? Ah, the Undo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head! I've not so much as made a start! I'm worthless than a sea slug. Nay, the slime loved by a sea slug. My delivery date's long past, my workbench untouched. And I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. I can't bloody well... Ah, my mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I've passed away my last drop of inspiration. Tell me you got something to show me. Something that'll give me a muse right up... give me muse the right kick up the arse. You all know want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their unseen lights got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like a spark of life caught in a crystal. And just being sparkly is not good enough. It's got to dance with the joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Your thoughts turned to Renda Ray and the crystal you discovered at the end of her journey. Maybe Reynolds could find inspiration in that. I think this line would be different if you hadn't completed that quest series yet. I'm gonna check. It actually changes depending on what role quest you've done. This is where it locks. This is where the quest line locks. Because if you've completed the... If you haven't completed any role quests, it says, Grenold seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs in the Crystarium, then return to Grenold once more. I've let the under down, aye. But more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back into mending kettles. And show Grenold a crystal which once belonged to one of Ardbut's companions. What's that you got there? Such striking beauty! It shines with the heartache and laughter and the transience of life. Like the turmoil of history made manifest. Aye, I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. Ah, you'd never capture such a gleam, not if you laboured 100 years. Bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools? Gods damn you. I must set myself to work before the feeling fades. The illuminated land. Grenold is brimming with newfound inspiration. And done. Taken the wonders that crystal showed me, and channeled them into a new shape that befits the Ondo's spiritual character. Not a bad job if I do say so myself. And to think, I was this close to hanging up my hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. Been crafting across the length and breadth of Northrend and gobbled up every scrap of crafting wisdom what I could find. But no matter which technique I tried, my work was just no comparison. Couldn't even figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ancients, but that's what drew me here in the first place. I built the workshop, got the forges burning, and then lost my bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for the crystal of yours, and I might never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. I can still feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away, it's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me a chance and I reckon I can weave the crystal saga into other things as well. Bugger me, I'd almost forgotten the almost commission. If you could drag that lamp over towards that for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you to try. Coincidentally, there's a friend. There's another player. Let's see. Let me just... I need to rip the shoes off. I need to rip these shoes out and just put those in. And... unable to accept while occupied. There we go. Yeah, I'll walk with this. I'll walk while wearing this. Time to deliver Grenald's lamp. Time for fish. What is it you have there? The sacred lamp! And the famous one has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of Aiden the Cups. And now you come to me bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear is past. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo,
Oh.
we offer up our
I
lives
misjudged the voice entirely.
That crystal you showed the artisan.
Hey, Oddbird.
Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
Yes, it did, Oddbird. It was Render Ray's. I thought you were always watching.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day.
I get to be a sassy
So
prick.
tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
Well, basically, I put Render Ray's body to rest.
It was Render Ray's then.
I think this dialogue would also be different. Because at this point...
Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends. Every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you. About the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking.
This way. I have a cat
I'm
down
grateful
here.
I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Yep, I'd bet.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we've
Coda.
succeeded in gaining their trust.
Damn it. What am I...
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work.
I need to track where my cat is.
And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
One moment.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emet-Selch was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city.
God, let's go. Yep, that cat's coming back to pester me in a moment.
A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
Peachy, what do you ask? Nope, never mind. I'm not feeling all that hot. Fish.
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt.
Long story short.
Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
What are we gonna do? Drop a ladder down or
Shall
something? Yes. Let's go. Let's finish this. The way lies below. 167 yards west. Perfect. Nailed it. 79 yards northwest. There it is. And it's dead northwest as well. $1136 west. It's over here somewhere. Are we all gathered? Yes. Then I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond and follow the wall down. And down. Once at the bottom, find a passage to the northwest, and continue west and west and west. This way. Hey, I get battle XP increase, but... There's Reen. The rocks and coral bunch up by the cavern wall like a staircase of sorts. But be careful, you wouldn't want to slip from up here. Yeah, that would drop you all the way down to 1. Ah, we have an ad break coming in 5 minutes. Why do these guys keep... Go, Oriange. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. But yet it would seem that these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. There we have Yastola. The rocks drop off sharply here, but I should think this coral thick enough to serve as a bridge. I don't like the sound of the coral, but beggars cannot be choosers in this case. What? This is shipwreck. There's Alfino. Knezi, you have a choice of 2 routes here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along this coral branch as Alize has done. I, for one, I should be following my sister's example. I'm also gonna go through. I'm also gonna take the coral branch across the Caliban Gorge. Phew, not to it. Alize's already gone ahead. We should catch up with her. Gods, how deep this place goes. There is Alize. There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we're looking for. Deeper, deeper down, and even deeper than that. Well, these are stingrays. Oh no. Adds in a minute. Cutscene. This must be the barrier the Ondo spoke of. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. It was a treacherous path indeed. Now, I believe one of us needs but to raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Knezi, I'd like you to do the honors. You sure that's a good idea, but okay. Not sure if it's a good idea, but okay. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? Ah. I will continue along as I walk in this. There's Reen, there's Fankred. I will wait until ads are over because I want to grab that dialogue. Also, we're so deep down that the plant life has become. We're so deep down that the plant life has bioluminescence. Ah, it wants to fight. So be it. I'll hide for a moment. Nah, I'd not want to chance that leap. Hugging the northern wall on the way down seems the wiser proposition. Shit. Reen? That's a very long drop. Please, no heroic jumps over the edge, Knazy. I don't think my heart could take it. Yeah, that's quite the fall there. Even those bones glow. I'm gonna hug the wall. Fucking clownfish. Where thy foot falls, my friend, our road taketh us. These fucking fish. Our road takes us ever onwards under the deeper darkness. Oh. I want the lore and they just... damn thing interrupts me. There it is! The zone we need.
By the gods.
There we have it. New York.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view.
You mean to say?
The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these? Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Emmet, what the actual hells is this? Oriange. One cannot blame the Ondo for fleeing the spectacle of these brooding edifices. We however, have not the luxury of fear. Emet-Selch holds the exile captive somewhere within that vast city. Yet even if we must search every alleyway, we will find them. Alize? When the chieftain spoke of lights shining from the abyss, this is not at all what I imagined. Why would Emet-Selch do this? The magnitude of his artifice is staggering. I'll give myself a couple more battle dance materia. Alize! Onward! The end of a world! Alize is steeling herself for the task ahead. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at the tower to the southeast? You might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. There's the fourth of our... There's the fourth of 4. A for currents. And I have not I have not come upon another one of those Cora Heights. This screams Art Deco. Oh, for fan, this place is massive. Okay, I got it. I mean, look at this. They are certainly compensating for something here. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. Kinesi Lyetches recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarot. Will you be riding the lift? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it's not passing strange. Did Emet-Selch not invite Kinesi to visit his abode? His abode. It's plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In absence of some few hundred yards of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With the emphasis on we. I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. I wish to ride the lift. As you wish. The lift will arrive shortly. This is some big, oversized lift. Next stop. Ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, Bureau of the Architect, and the Capital. Urianger. If mine eyes do not deceive, we stand in some matter of communal square. Just a moment, I thought I saw something. Just can't believe how tall everything is. Seems peaceful enough, he said, tempting fate. And each of these towers seems a veritable city in itself. A gigas would feel inadequate in such surroundings. It's only at this distance that you start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. Why did the ones call this city Amarot? Amarot. Look over there. Over there. A person. Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. Doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. But no, you can't just... Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. It sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. That's the echo for you. Just as he understood us. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polarity district, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us who rules this city? Who rules? What a curious question. Mayhap you refer to our supervising body, the Convocation of 14. So Emet-Selch isn't the leader here. Emet-Selch is a member of the Convocation. Were you hoping to witness its deeds firsthand? Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. Just hurry home now, before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We'll be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. What was all that about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emet-Selch wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. The final days. We look at him. Such words fell well befit the oblivion described to us by our Asian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale, which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiac, and thence Heidelin herself. But what happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert the disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alfino. The Sephiro Amarot and his residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emet-Selch hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this Convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling, then. Let's meet back when our jaws start aching. Time to yap. Nope, this door stays firmly sealed. Consider the implications of this latest calamity, you must admit. Trust in the scholars, they will find a solution. The Hall of Rhetoric. Locations, Amority. One can never be too young to take an interest in the rhetorical arts. Welcome, little one. Welcome. It would seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And pray, what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? I wish to know more about this city. And convocation in their handling of the coming peril. It is only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As you know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep the star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, La Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by a sage surpassing intellect. Habrea and Elidibus. Whoa! Lawgriff, Mitron, Emet-Selch. Their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus, it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, it would be an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I, for one, am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. A debate facilitator. Too far away. How may I help you, little one? Do you wish to peruse the transcripts of the great debates? Or would you like to reserve a room for a discussion? We are here to serve your needs. How? Don't even read shin height. Time to deploy the chocobo because we need some movement speed. Maze look young. It's fine. Explain the finer points of the creation process. I'm anxious about it. Good gracious, child, where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. This said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot, and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. Oh no. That is a big problem. You know what this area needs? It's a little buff to make sure we don't spend minutes running around. This is the Bureau of the Architect, little one. If you require assistance, I should be glad to assist you. Are you certain this is where you should be? This is your first time here? Take a number if you haven't already, then settle in for a good, long wait. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, little one. I should be glad to assist you in locating the concept you seek after I have finished assisting those ahead of you in the queue. An audience of Emet-Selch? I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. Besides, it will be far too busy to field the question of curious children. Surely you've been told of a looming catastrophe. Every resource available to convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it's said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions. One which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest symbols of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence. And then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Pain. Does this guy have a dialogue? Nope. There is Alfino and Alize. Well, that was an experience. I was never fond of being treated like a child, but it did make asking questions less suspicious. Crazy, if it was not certain before than I am now, the people of the city believe they face the end of the world. Can't imagine what purpose compelled itself to recreate this ancient Amaro. Yet I fancy I hear his words too as echoing through this ocean, throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. A greater purpose. Alfino is awaiting the return of your other companions. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully the next move will become clear. Cutscene? Spoken? Spoken? It would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magic is running rampant in this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. Suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Oriange, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. It is not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony breathes life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining the creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals, mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation is placed into our hands, it became in effect a means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt bears further study. Oh, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emet-Selch. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not exactly, but mayhap from what we've heard, it seems the convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without the writ of permission. Though we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but The clerk there said he couldn't help since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. Now, I wondered, Okanese, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Kinesis' condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Just lead the way. Then Yashila and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There's surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. And I must move. Wait, let me confirm. Doesn't count as a this area doesn't get a... Unless the Macarensis angle is the one where... Oh, there's a blue. A patronizing Martin. Oh god, not again. Community cohesion. I must say, little one, those garments you're wearing, they are your own original concepts, I take it? Clearly they must be, given their rather singular flamboyance. I would never dream of stifling a fledgling creator's creativity, but to parade about in your cultivated individuality is hardly praiseworthy. The multitude of characters shares their creations with the community. They do not hoard them for their use alone. To delight in disparity is a mark of the morally deficient. Ah. You can quit patronizing me now. A lightning cluster. Oh, aren't we looking rather smart this evening? What can I do for you, little one? I was told to come to you for something. Robes to serve in lieu of your ensemble. Ah, how prudent. As I have nothing I can offer you at this present time. Once your associates saw me carrying earlier were a failed experiment. I never intended to make them so small, so I disposed of them shortly thereafter. A failed experiment? By your bemused expression, I gather you find it odd that your elders can fail in so simple an application of creation magics. It is more common than you may realize, little one. Huh. Ah. That voice just throws me off. And why does that door open so slowly? Oh, they want to debate. Obviously, I'm grabbing as many of these blue quests as I can. There they are. That's precisely my point, that their obsession with this so-called mandate to approve only the most beneficial concepts for wider distribution, never mind the ridiculous subjectivity of their criteria, has led the Bureau of the Arctic to stray from its original purpose. Huh? Have you business with me, child? Regardless, I'm in the middle of a heated discussion with my partner. Come back later. No, my position has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of unique identity and whether or not it is retained. Rather, I posit that the reproductions of a given concept are inherently imperfect, and thus they are themselves unique, albeit in minor but significant degrees. And most importantly, this variance is not to be condemned but celebrated. Better than to strive in vain for an impossible standard that, even if met, would leave us lesser for lack of diversity. The Mortines appear to be engrossed in their debate, utterly deaf to you and your pleas for attention. My, aren't you a stubborn little bugger? It's strangely endearing, I must admit. But we have all the time in the world. Why are you insistent that I speak with you this very instant? Oh, you're acquainted with that chatterbox. I suppose I do owe them a debate or two, and now is as good as an occasion as any, so be it. I see you found my friend. Thank you, little one. Now, then, without further ado, let us commence the promised debate. I might want to get up somewhere a little bit higher than... As to the matter of what subject we shall debate today, I propose the recent calamity which has befallen our friends across the pond. What say you? The singular point of contention is, of course, whether or not Amaro should intervene on their behalf. I believe we should. The scale of the disaster which threatens the distant metropolis is of a scale heretofore unseen, and so equally considerable resources must be committed to counteracting its effects. I disagree. The scale concerns me less than the nature of the proposition itself. Who are we to unilaterally intervene in the affairs of those half a world away? Are we to be the saviors of one and all? Such arrogance may well lead to our own downfall. While I understand your concerns from a philosophical standpoint, I fear you are too quick to discuss the practical considerations out of a desire to maintain an unassailable moral authority. Let us, you and I here hold here for the present and offer the floor to our young student. You have heard our opening salvos in this debate concerning the fate of our neighbors across the sea. What is your opinion on this matter? Oh, I get to say the funny. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom. It is indolence. Indeed, indeed. The same can be said regardless of one's opinion on the morality of intervention. There is clear and understandable benefit to Amorot in using this situation as a testbed for our newest creations, and that we might develop and refine our defense against the potential threat to our own fair city. How readily you cede the moral high ground. Was it not our young friend's point that we have an ethical obligation to aid those in need? Yet not only do you instead elect to focus on the benefit to Amorot alone, but do you also deprive our distant neighbors of the agency to determine their own fate? You misunderstand me. What benefits Amorot benefits all creation. I firmly believe for the knowledge and wisdom we stand to gain from intervention can be then shared with others, empowering everyone to more effectively surmount similar trials in the future. And so they yap. I got to say the Leveilleur line. Technically, this would... I must say, it has been far too long since I engaged in such a refreshing exchange of ideas. My colleague was equally delighted by the opportunity, you may be assured. Some decry it as a little more than academic exercise. After all, we failed to reach a meaningful consensus. But I dare say they miss the forest for the trees. Are we not more enlightened by the experience? Have we not been exposed to a greater variety of viewpoints? Is there not value in this alone? I truly believe we are blessed to be part of a society that exalts the free exchange of ideas and that encourages active participation in the public discourse. I got to yap, so yes, I got to yap, that's good. Let's go. Clunk, 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 clunk. Responsible creation. Am I correct in assuming you're not familiar with the services we provide? I see, a more detailed explanation is in order then. You understand that by harnessing the powers of creation we can give physical form to all manner of concepts, yes? Picture a bouquet of fresh, fragrant flowers in all the colors of a rainbow. Now picture those self-same flowers formed of a delicate crystal, impossibly fragile and radiating hues beyond the visual spectrum. Every day our people push the boundaries of imagination to conceive new and striking designs like these. Ah. Not all concepts are approved for wider distribution, of course. Dangerous, subversive creations pose a risk to everyone. It's only after a comprehensive evaluation, after a concept is judged to further the greater good, that we permit it to be shared with the community. The greater good. Do you understand, little one? Jeebus cripes. Jeebus cripes, this man is small. Someone hasn't registered it already? Oh, this is like a patent office of some sorts. Hello, hello, little one. It's rare to see someone your size roaming about here. Come to learn about the Bureau, are we? I'm here today to register a new creature. Boneless, with a semi-translucent skin, it drifts through the air like a dancer upon a summer breeze. The tentacles trailing behind. It uses gas bladders to propel itself from place to place, you see. I'll admit it's not the most elegant of designs. I'd not shed a tear if it were rejected, quite frankly. What What can I say? I take pleasure in conceiving unorthodox designs. A beginner like you shouldn't take after me, though. Aww. The kindness. You did chart us off speaking with the attendant earlier. I thought so. So young and already so eager to learn about concepts and creations. That curiosity will serve you well, little one. I've been credited with a few popular concepts, I'm proud to say. I'm hoping that my latest will be equally well received. Autonomous figures. I say my latest, but it's really the product of many others' efforts and individual insights. But such is the case for every masterwork, I reckon. Autonomy notwithstanding, these creations know no fear. They are wholly devoid of emotion, and without hesitation or resistance engage in any dangerous activity, even if death is assured. There's a beauty, I think, in that, and I hope the officials do so as well. I tell you, there's nothing more nerve-wracking and thrilling than the waiting period before you receive the result. I love it and hate it in equal measure. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. If you're still keen to learn more, why not pass that worrywart over yonder? Come to think of it, I think their particular creation was designed to appeal to children. Speak to the clerk. Communal robes. That would take but a moment to prepare, but before I fill your request, I should caution you. Pardon me for asking, but your creative potential is relatively low, is it not? We are trained to assess these things, and I fear that you do not possess the ability to express this concept in physical form. It's almost as though you completely lack it, though that can't possibly be. Regardless of the reason, you needn't worry. We have special tools that may be used to address this very eventuality. I will furnish you with an etheric rope that you can use to restrain one of the misbegotten cubuses that congregate in the plaza north of Academia Anida. You will need to weaken your quarry before you can reliably bind him. But once you have it, you can repurpose their energies to create your very own robes. Cubus, where the all the way over there. You there, aspiring creator, come to learn about the Bureau and its inner workings, I trust. It's all well and good, but since you're here, perhaps you can help me with a little something. Let's see. Oh, don't tell me we need to fight something. What is this dongo? Yeah, no, that kind of hurts. There's the Aephorite. It hurt like hell. I see. They sputtered nonsensical phrases that attacked you like mad beasts. Distressing, not at all like what I imagined. My sincerest apologies to you, little one, for the unpleasant experience. Still, from these experiences we do grow stronger and wiser. I look forward to the day when you will try your hand creation too. What? How many do I have? Okay, I now need to just... There's 2 more. One is that cube that I need to gather. I need to swing down to them. I need to go to the Macarensis angle when I reach the... When I go to the next... Go to this, or by the end of the stream at least. So I can tag the... So I can tag the 8th right. Speaking of which, let's see how much it costs to get to Gridania. Oh, 310. Not much. Currently the most expensive one is... Yeah, most expensive right now is Kugane. Let's rush over to the clerk again. Secretariat's here. Pure. These guys have been static, so I wonder if they have dialogue. It's an incredible concept. I know you'll just know you'll adore. This guy. I found it. Here it is. Oh. You've done well, little one. Let me decipher its energies and prepare the matrix for you. It should only take a moment. Wait a moment. And ding, level 81. The Macarensis angle. What? There's 2 guys. Well, it looks like there's no name above them, so they are not targetable. But that means it's... Oh, never mind. I was just not close enough. Is there something wrong, little one? You perhaps lost and need me to help you locate your guardian? Oh, there we have the info NPC we were looking for. Also, the sun is shining onto my right monitor. Let's actually see what the Bureau Provisioner has. Is it shop? It is shop. I can grab it. I'll grab 3 more Gishal greens. We have a ship, marble nymph, and a desert frog. Grades 7 and 8. A visitor's writ. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Emet-Selch. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Emet-Selch, your application is ready for collection. Your residency was approved by Emet-Selch himself. Further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you a visitor's writ for the capital. Calling the capital, calling the capital. This, you do get a... My character does get a workout in. And the ads are starting soon, so if I don't make it to the... If I make it to the quest objective before the ads are over, I think it's time for me to... It will be time to wait for a moment. The Bureau of the Secretariat. Nope, there's no seating anchors on this. So I just have to do /sit and then C pose. Welcome back from the ads. Next, please. Visiting the capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. Oh, I wish there was an animation. They had an animation for this. Wait. Ah, yes, just what I was doing just now. May I? You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emet-Selch? No, nay, there's no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade. Here and not here. I know only that my name is Hyvlodeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence. But I wonder if Emet-Selch's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hyvlodeus will realize the truth. For example, we were close friends once, you see? Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you've come this far, do you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow? The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiark was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. And oh, how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give of themselves to Zodiark. Other half-partners sacrificed to cleanse the world. The third one's gonna vanish after this next battlefield. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The Convocation decided thus: we would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In turn, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength. And together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac. This new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief. And for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended? Oh, I get it. Yes. I thought you might. Emet-Selch has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiac. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will not have abandoned his cause. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. Though he may carry himself with certain glib ease, Emet-Selch is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. It is truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. Emet-Selch. My turn. It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. There's one last thing. You walk with an arrow at your side, yes? What? You know? Yeah, nay, I see no definite form, just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. Their connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. Ha! This is the kind of fate I might expect for one such as he. Surely Emet-Selch has recognized the hint of him in you. Emet-Selch. Very well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. Oh. Ivlo's gone! Ivlo. Your visit is read as requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, please present a document to the attendant within. Macarence's angle. It's a very exposition-heavy episode today, huh? Oh, hello. Let's see what the rest have to say first. Rain. Silence. Alice. Ah, Knizzy. Y'shtola and I have just returned from the institution locals called the Academia Leader. Well, from its public offices at least. We thought an Ascian place of learning the ideal spot to research your condition. But it seems we lacked the credentials to enter the Academia proper. Good, you're here. Everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Master Fankred can best describe our chances for infiltrating the capital, and hope thine efforts to secure permissions were successful. Finally, you were gone so long I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in your bureaucratic ventures? Have a look. Have a look. Ah, I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing too. Urianger and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital. And an official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasted not a single armed sentry. It would seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded. Though mightily did we strive, and strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ilm. Mayhap it was simply the case that Emet-Selch's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reed and I tried asking about a cure for you. Problem is, these ancients did not exist beyond Omeros today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. What about you, Knizzy? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? And so I explain. A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. You see, all the Ascian scheming has been leading to this. The Ascians mean to draw upon the lives of the source to make their sacrifice to Zodiac. This does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians would be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not, and that's to say naught of what Emet-Selch plans for the XIV's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? We need to find him, Knizzy, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who come after, by everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Is fighting Emet-Selch the only way? Created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. If you push that hard in your current stage, say, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. I say we put it to the vote. It feels right for this city. Oh! We get to fly! Yippee! Frequent flyer free. Alphino is lost in thought, his eyes downcast. There is, however, no sign of the self-doubt which once assailed him at the falling snows. Y'shtola meets your gaze with a strange smile. You seem to recall her wearing the self-same expression when speaking with Lys and Runar. Urianger glances your way, his expression hesitant. You can see the struggle as he agonizes over the words he wishes to say. Thancred stares quietly into the distance. He seems calm and assured. His stance born of confidence rather than false bravado. Rien appears to be brooding over her choices, her faintly trembling hands betraying her mounting trepidation. It's time! But that will have to wait for tomorrow. Or at least that will have to wait for next time. Because it's 5:45 PM and I expect to wrap at... I expect to wrap up at 6, so... I guess it's time for me to back away a little because, well... Now, let's find someone to raid out to. I'll end YouTube stream now. Tomorrow we'll be playing Karakurium. So good night, YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow.